Hello there, and welcome to the Varykino YouTube channel. I'm Christy.
And I'm Matt.
We're long-standing Star Wars fans who live and breathe Star Wars every day.
Welcome to another installment of Our Week of Star Wars, a series recapping the Star Wars fun we've had during the past week. Last week held a couple of anniversaries of Star Wars movies, and I just want to talk about those a little bit because a couple of them are particularly notable from our point of view in terms of fond memories of things that they're associated with. The Attack of the Clones anniversary, it was May the 16th. It came out in 2002 in both the United States and New Zealand on the same day. And Attack of the Clones is a movie that has particular significance for Christy and I.
Attack of the Clones is the movie where Anakin and Padme get married, and this scene on Naboo was filmed in Italy at the Villa Balbianello at Lake Como. This filming location is where the two of us got engaged, standing in the spot where they filmed the wedding for Padme and Anakin. So the movie and everything around it holds special significance. It is also the movie where we own a part of it.
Yes, we have a piece of the Outlander bar as seen on the Coruscant scenes where Obi-Wan Kenobi is searching for Zam Wesell and
he disarmed her.
Yes, this is true. And also the famous Death Stick scene with Elan Sleazer Bogano. So that set came into our possession a little while back now, and we've got it on display in our Rumpus Room. It's a pride of our collection, but a significant tie into Episode 2 Attack of the Clones because very few actual props exist from those movies. There was a lot of green screen, particularly of locations and sort of expansive background sets. But the Outlander bar was a set that was completely built with full 360-degree internal studio piece.
So yes, it's a very special piece for us and makes the movie very special.
Revenge of the Sith anniversary also happened last week, coming out on the 19th of May in both, again, US and New Zealand. Now, that one's significant to us for different reasons. In New Zealand, there was an insane amount of fanfare. So it was almost the pinnacle of fandom in Star Wars at the time, or certainly was the pinnacle of fandom in Star Wars at the time, locally. May the 16th, prior to the general theatrical release, saw the Star Wars Episode 3 charity premiere take place in Newmark in Auckland, and we both attended that, and it was an absolutely fantastic event we had very strong memories of.
It was probably the largest gathering of Star Wars costumers in New Zealand that we've ever seen. Personally, it was the first time that the two of us costumed together. You were wearing your Stormtrooper armor. I was there in my Jedi. And they had New Zealand actors that were in the Star Wars films in attendance.
Yep, Jayla Guy was there, Keisha Castle-Hughes, Bodhi Taylor.
It was such a huge event. There were like giveaways on every chair for people to take home.
Yeah, the charity premiere was organised by Variety, the children's charity, and we got on free as actual entertainers, but the event price, which was for fundraising, included drinks, food, and pre-movie entertainment. Yeah, and it coincided with the Burger King Star Wars promotion that was taking place. They actually gave out collectibles, Burger King Star Wars collectibles, to everybody that was in attendance. It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it's certainly a nostalgic era for Star Wars fandom in New Zealand.
A couple of items arrived by courier for us last week as well that we're excited to talk about. First off, a little bit of an interesting vintage piece certainly from my point of view. I'm a big fan of New Zealand specific collectibles, including those that come under the Toltoys umbrella. I've written about Toltoys New Zealand Star Wars product on the SWTOR Star Wars New Zealand website in depth. And amongst those are a very unique set of cardbacks that many action figures were carded on. The Empire Strikes Back 48 cardback is the only vintage action figure cardback that actually has the words New Zealand written on it. It says made in New Zealand by Toltoys New Zealand on it, and so it's a very, very unique cardback. And I received the second one to add to my collection. I previously had one with Yoda on it. I've now been very fortunate to be able to add one with Bespin Luke Skywalker into my collection. So you can read more about those 48 back Empire Strikes Back cardbacks on the SWZ website, and we'll also have a little bit more coverage of those coming up shortly on the Villa Varykino YouTube channel. I love talking about those.
Another arrival this week that I'm personally excited about is the Funko Pop Vinyl Jar Jar, which was a convention exclusive from Star Wars Celebration Europe. Try as we might, we were unable to secure any of the Funko exclusives at Celebration Europe, despite the fact that we were there. They are always a hot item, very hard to get our hands on. Normally, convention exclusives in the US are available internationally under sort of a sort of summer convention type sticker. And normally these are available in New Zealand. For some reason, the Star Wars Celebration exclusives were not available
the
in
Jar
New
Jar
Zealand.
Specifically, yeah.
Especially the Jar Jar, which I really wanted to get my hands on. Thankfully, we found a stockist in Australia that had this one, and it's finally arrived. Now, we'll have a review up on the website shortly, but it has a slightly different sticker than the one at Star Wars Celebration. It has a sort of a galactic convention sticker instead. Honestly, I don't care. I don't collect Funko for the perceived resale value. I just want these characters and these figures in my collection. So despite the fact it's got a slightly different sticker, I'm very, very happy. And even if I had been able to get it at Celebration, I'm not entirely sure I would have gotten it home in my suitcase intact. The cardboard is notoriously easy to sort of crush or squash, and knowing the way that our luggage handled on the way home, I very much doubt it would be in the pristine condition that this one is. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, and although Jar Jar Binks as a character had a little bit of a comic relief aspect to his portrayal, we are big fans of Jar Jar and the prequel trilogy, and I'm super pleased that Ahmed Best has been able to return to the Star Wars universe in the modern Disney Plus era. Gaming, we've occupied a little bit of our time in the past week playing an array of Star Wars games, and there's been some interesting events and new releases or updates to some of these games. Galaxy of Heroes, that's your domain.
Yes, so as well as a couple of newer characters that I unlocked recently that I'm still working on leveling up, I am honing my teams for the new Crate Dragon Raid. Our guild has been working on this non-stop, and I'm finally feeling like I'm getting the hang of it and leveling up some of the specific teams required. In particular, I feel like my Old Republic team is doing really well, so I'm really happy to be making progress in that area. I'm also working on unlocking a couple of other, high-level characters. I'm fingers crossed going to be unlocking those this week. And also in the app gaming space, the Disney Park app game Magic Kingdoms has a Star Wars event. They have been doing Star Wars in this game for a couple of years, and to celebrate sort of rounding out the original trilogy, we have a sort of a mix of The Mandalorian and Return of the Jedi. So far I have added Moff Gideon and Bo-Katan to my collection in this game. I'm slowly working towards Gideon's light cruiser attraction, and of course the ultimate character Emperor Palpatine is the end prize from this event, so I'm working hard hoping to add him to my Star Wars collection in Magic Kingdoms.
And between us, we logged a few hours of Star Wars The Old Republic. The double XP promotion continued until the middle of last week, so we leveled some of our new characters in particular. As part of that current Galactic Seasons run, the Mekshar, a new stronghold, is available. You purchased and unlocked the Mekshar stronghold, and we've got some video of that.
Yeah, it was added a little while ago, but I was saving up my Galactic Seasons tokens because it takes 14. So that took a little bit of saving, so I was very excited. That one is a one and done stronghold. There are no expansions. It's just one big sort of building with lots of rooms, balconies. I really quite like it. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of vibe I can get with decorating this space.
So for those not familiar with Star Wars The Old Republic, strongholds are just part of the immersive content largely. They're not part of the game progression per se, story progression. They just let your characters have somewhere to live in world, and you decorate those up.
Another fun activity we did in SWTOR this week, a part of the Galactic Seasons, we have a new companion named Amity, and one of the activities that you can do is visit shrines around the galaxy on different planets and spend some time meditating. This was a really fun addition to the game. It's not terribly complicated. Our characters just kind of sit down and meditate and sort of be rewarded in the Force.
It sounds a bit like a space filler, and in some ways it is, but it does allow you to progress your reputation with the faction that this character is associated with.
And I particularly like doing this on Jedi characters. There aren't too many ways that you can sort of like interact and sort of feel like you're meditating in the Force. So I quite like this activity. We both did it on Jedi characters, and we went to Voss and meditated at the shrine there. It was just a fun little activity, and it counts. We got points for our Galactic Season, so it's not a complicated one. Sometimes it's nice to just be peaceful. The character is quite a pacifist companion. Of course, they're going to follow you into combat, but I thought it was just a really fun and nice activity to do in SWTOR this week.
In terms of new YouTube content that we've released on the Villa Varykino channel, 3 videos in particular that I want to mention that we've put out in the last few days. Another video from Star Wars Celebration Europe. We got our Ladro booth tour. So Ladro is a European company that makes handmade porcelain figures. I know you're a big fan of these. You've got the Leia porcelain figure in your collection, and I know you want more of them, but it was nice to see them in person as well. We've got a video of that up on our YouTube channel.
They are beautiful statues. There is a Padme Amidala, a Queen Amidala statue that I would absolutely love to have in my collection. It is huge. Getting to see it in person was absolutely stunning. It is bigger than I thought. It is more detailed than I thought. It is also more expensive than I can afford. So it was lovely to be able to see it in person. I do own the Princess Leia statue, which I love. It was fun seeing that one on display. And I really did appreciate seeing the Rey and Ahsoka statues. They have a lovely style to them. These ones are definitely on my someday wish list.
We've got another Micro Galaxy Squadron unboxing up on YouTube. We were very surprised to see the Series 2 Havoc Marauder from the Bad Batch show up in New Zealand. We've had a number of the Series 2, or most of the Series 2 show up in New Zealand. They were a little bit scant on the shelves apart from a couple of peg warmers now, but the larger ones, the Havoc Marauder, the Jango Fett's Slave 1, and the Republic Gunships didn't show up on New Zealand. Then out of the blue, at a couple of retailers, the Havoc Marauder did, in fact, come up available to New Zealanders.
As a big fan of the Bad Batch, we definitely wanted to add this ship to our collection. It's a really cool ship, larger than I was expecting. It includes Omega and Wrecker, and we're hoping to add more Bad Batch figures to our collection as well.
And rounding out our YouTube videos, we also unboxed a new R2-D2 pop vinyl figure. This is from the Disney 100 Celebration range. R2-D2 is presented with a bit of a faceted iridescent finish, so he's quite unique and different from the other R2-D2s in our pop vinyl collection.
It's kind of like a gem. It's so pretty. I love the way that the light hits it and makes all these different colors. I'm hoping they do more Star Wars figures. I have seen, I think it's a Vader one announced in this line. I definitely want to add that one to our collection. So it's
well, that was one we definitely wanted to show off on video because you can't really convey the unique iridescent finish in photographs alone. So yeah, enjoyed getting that video done and uploaded. So thanks for listening to another episode of our Week of Star Wars. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to us.
And stay tuned for another episode next week. And as always, may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.